Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to another episode of 100% Mariah and Mia. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Mia. And this is our fifth episode.
Okay, I have no idea what we're doing today. Mia didn't tell me what she wanted this episode to be about. Usually we collab, but she just thought of some stuff. And I'm a little scared. I don't know what we're talking about.
I also wanted to apologize if you're watching the video for my setup. Because I'm in my home gym.
No, you look like a fit
as you
queen.
Can see. I look like I work out a lot and that I actually use this bench press, and I literally do not. But yeah, like what Mariah was saying, I wanted to pick some random topics, and I didn't tell her because I thought it'd make better conversation if she had no idea.
I know, but I'm scared.
They're not scary. They're just like really eclectic. But I feel like I'm an eclectic kind of person. So
good.
You know the vibes.
Good for you.
But yeah, do we have anything interesting that happened this week to recap on or no?
Literally, I can't think of one thing that I did that anybody would care about.
Same. Okay, cool. So that's our week summed up. One of the first things that I wanted to talk about with Mariah, she typically does not like conversating about, and that's like the future.
The future?
In all aspects.
Okay.
But all aspects. So not just like, me and Sam are often like, we're going to be married with children at 28, you know? Not like that, but like genuine, kind of like almost a bucket list, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, I genuinely don't care about talking about future plans. I like have certain intentions. Like, yeah, like hopefully I'll have a baby daddy and hopefully like I can adopt one day, but I don't like fantasize about it like you and Sam do. Like you guys like have a strict timeline. Like if you're not married with your first kid by 30, you think you failed in life.
Yes.
And I don't care.
I'll vouch for me and Sam and say yeah.
Like obviously that'd be nice. Like I don't want to be 37 and like not starting my like I am not like settled down yet, but I'm not going to put pressure on it. Especially like I remember when I called Sam on her 20th birthday, obviously 2 years ago, and she was like freaking out. She's like, this is the decade where I need to find my husband. I need to have kids. Like I need to get a house. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the pressure.
I think personally, I put such a strict timeline on it because I don't want to be the cat lady at 45, right? So if I plan to be married by 28, I'm giving myself, if I'm even thinking about it by 28, that's awesome. Because like, you know, I don't have to be married at 28. I just want to do everything that I can so I'm not 45 with.
Okay, I agree. I understand, like I said, I don't want to, if I'm married by 30, that'd be cool. But you guys like stress about it. Like we're 22 and we're all single right now. And like you guys are freaking out as if we need our husband like tomorrow.
Me and Sam are very much like, we're 22. I want to be dating for 4 years. I want to be engaged for a year, and then I want to get married. So I should have been dating this guy yesterday. That's very much me and Sam.
Which makes sense, but I don't know. I feel like why such a strict timeline right now? If I was 29 and single, like I probably would be a little more like concerned. Like maybe I'll go on The Bachelor at that point. But like, I'm kidding. I'm not. Mia's like, oh, say less. But at 22, like, you guys are worried that you don't know who your husband's gonna be at 22? That's crazy to me.
Because you know what scares me too? They're like things or theories that are like, oh, you've probably met your husband already.
Yeah, that's
things
weird.
Like that.
I'm thinking of all the guys that would like potentially.
I don't want to marry any of you guys.
And not so much that, but I mean,
it's that.
Like if I were to date anybody that I know, like we would have already, but we haven't. So like whatever. Also,
true.
Also another thing, people who are dating the people who they think they're gonna marry, like are also oftentimes wrong about that.
Or how about the people that are dating and they know they're not gonna get married? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I like know people who are like that and they're like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna marry them. Well, they just prefer to like not be single, but I don't really get it. I have friends that like are always in a relationship because they just would rather be in a relationship than be single. But like, are you sure? Because it's not so bad, guys.
That's obviously not me. I'm very much single, like for extended periods of time. Like
And
I
like people
don't.
try to cuff you and you don't take them up on the offer. But also a lot of them are like whack.
So whack. And two, it's like I'm not gonna date if I don't have the intentions of like being with you. Not necessarily
Yeah.
like marrying you, but like I see myself with you for a long period of time. Not like I'm gonna date you for like a month and then throw you away. That's like a waste of my time
Okay,
and
yeah.
yours.
Okay, so what I'm realizing right now, which is so humbling, you get a lot of people that want to date you. I get a lot of people that just want to like be physical.
I feel like majority of the people that come in contact with me want to be physical. They never like ask me out. Like they'll talk to me and then make intentions of like not dating.
I don't know, because like in the last year, the people in my DMs versus the people in yours, like I think have like the people in my DMs are so forward and their intentions are a lot clearer, but they're not good intentions. At least your guys like try to have a conversation, you just stop texting them back.
Okay, yeah, I do. But
No,
also
you don't. Literally, no, you don't.
no, I'm agreeing like yeah, I do not text them back.
Okay, good.
I was agreeing with you. But I think that they like hide their intentions at first, where
Hmm.
your guys are very direct. The guys that approach me aren't, but they have the same intentions. So I
Okay.
think mine is more annoying because I think like, oh, maybe they're trying to date me. And then like time passes by and I'm like, okay, true colors shown. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I mean, I get not asking someone out on a date right away, but like at least have good conversation if you're trying to text me.
For sure. I think too, like personally, how do I word this? I'm the type to like, if I really like somebody, I'm already friends with them. I never am like just
Oh,
approaching
see,
somebody out of nowhere.
yeah, okay, opposite for me. I feel like the people who I don't really like, I'm not trying to sound any type of way, but I don't really pursue people like at all, which I said in the first episode. Like I don't make the first move. I'm sorry about it. Like I just cannot make myself do that. But I will say the people who make like the people who approach me always like are people that I don't know already.
Yeah.
So, but the people who I like, I can't think of anybody that I already know that would try to date me. So, of course, it's going to be someone that I don't know. But then it's awkward because, like, if there's not already an established friendship, like,
Yeah, it's way harder.
it's so much harder. And then the small talk just makes me like so bored. Like,
That's been an interesting part of your week.
yeah. I'm scared to speak on it because, like, I don't know who's listening.
I think we just need to be like more unfiltered on this podcast.
So expose myself more.
Yeah, pretty much. You could use the name that I gave him. I think it's a good one.
No, 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 no. Okay, also, could I just say this? We need to be equally as exposing. Like, I feel like,
I will expose myself.
okay, cool. All right, guys, listen up. Listen
Listen
up.
up. Turn it
So,
up.
turn it up. The person Mia is referring to, basically, um, someone slid in the DMs and I was reciprocating the energy, I guess. But then, like, it's so confusing because I didn't even update you on this other, like, something else about it. But it's so hard because with the small talk, like, I just lose interest so fast. And I feel like it's so easy. In my opinion, it should be so easy to get out of the small talk phase. Like once you start talking about common interests or like whatever, then it's easier to communicate. If someone's not funny, I've said it in like almost every episode, if someone's not funny, like I'm just not likely to respond. But for me, it's so hard because like I try not to judge someone within like one day of texting. So like with this particular person, like he doesn't seem super fun, but like maybe he's more fun in person because I'm more fun in person. So then I just go back and forth, like, should I go? Should I not go? So I ghosted, and then he texted again. So I was like, okay, I'll start responding again. But then the same thing happened. So now I just don't know what to do with myself.
Mm,
And if he's listening, I'm so sorry, but I doubt it. How could he? I don't have it.
I'm not sorry.
Stop. There's nothing wrong with him. He's like perfectly normal, I think. But it's just like, I'm worried of wasting time. My
I
time.
agree. No, right? My time. Not anybody else's.
I mean,
but
like
my
his
time.
too, but like I don't want time to be wasted.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think too, I put a lot of pressure on time being wasted as if like I don't have time to spare in that realm. if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's true. And we're quarantined. Like, shut up.
Like,
You
I
can
have
have a
nothing
conversation.
else occupying my time, but
Yeah.
I'm so picky with like who I spend my time on. So if any guys are listening to this and I've texted you back,
You're welcome.
you that sounds so bad.
That's what you meant.
That is what I meant. If I
Keep
texted
all
you
that.
back, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
keep all
also
that.
I'm traumatized because like a couple years ago there is one person that like we weren't on the same page. I didn't feel like the feelings weren't mutual, and like he totally threw a fit and like complained about me wasting his time. So now I'm like, shoot, I don't want to waste anybody's time. Like I didn't know.
Bouncing off of that, I've had guys like, you know what? Yeah, this is unfiltered. I've had guys like literally act like I owe them something,
Right. And I'm like,
and it's
wait,
like I don't.
I
I
didn't
love how we
sign
went
an
from the
agreement.
future to like all of this, but whatever. That's what this is for. But yeah, so many guys literally act so entitled sometimes, and like I owe them something, and that's where I lose it. Like if you act like that towards me, you're
Yeah,
getting
I
cut off.
agree, but then at the same time it's like, well, where was the miscommunication? Like where was this
Right.
misunderstanding? Because I don't like we're not on the same page and I don't know how we got here. And so
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like going back to the time being wasted thing, like I don't want any misunderstandings. I don't want any assumptions made. And then like when people start making assumptions, then it's like leads to another thing. Like if you're texting a guy and you think that like it's more than just a hookup, like friends with benefits type thing, but like that's what they want, then your time is being wasted, or like the
Yeah.
or other way around, like whatever, it doesn't matter. But I worry when people are just making boring small talk, but then they're like, oh, we should hang out. Like what do you
Mhm.
mean? And then I
Mhm.
just like dip because I don't understand it. Like ask me on a date or not. Like I don't get it.
I
Maybe,
think like
honestly,
communication.
I think that's off. That could just be us overthinking it though. Like maybe they just want to chill. Like maybe they just want to hang out and see where it goes.
But like say that I'm like such a communicator. Like if I'm feeling some type of way, especially if like I know you, I'm very okay with like communicating that. Like I want to do this. Let's go do this. This is what I want. Like very direct, especially when it comes to like I think relationships at least. Like if I like someone, I'll pretty much make it obvious, and if they don't get it, I will spell it out for them multiple times. And
Yeah, see, I don't spell it out, so it's like, how can I be mad that he's not spelling it out?
I think it's hard
Nobody's
too.
spelling anything.
No
Gosh.
one's feeling anything. I know with our generation, at least the people that I've come into contact with are very like make up pictures in their head and put it onto the person, right? I've had guys do that to me all the time, and I think that's why they get so upset with me. But I also do that to guys that I like, and then I get upset when they don't reciprocate or like embody that picture that I put onto them.
I feel like I understand that. I feel like for me, I don't really set expectations for guys,
Mm-hmm.
but then it leads to me just like dipping because like I'm confused by them. I think
Mm-hmm.
people have certain assumptions of me. Like I said in I think one of the other episodes, like every guy I've ever talked to or dated or even just like friends, whatever, have all always said that I come off as such a goody two shoes, like straightforward, good girl, whatever, which is totally fine. Like I don't mind that at all. Like you're not wrong. Like I'm not a bad person, but it's
Yeah.
just weird how like people place these assumptions on
Yeah.
you without like actually knowing anything, or like at the same time guys will assume that, but like also assume like I'm down, but that's not
Yes.
like that's not really the case.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know, you don't assume anything.
I feel like we're just all so quick to judge, and it does not help at
It
all.
doesn't help,
Does not help.
and it just
Like,
leaves us confused as heck.
yeah, I feel like too with social media, like, I don't know, you said this, but I don't know if it was in a podcast or if we were just talking, and you were like, if I look through his Instagram and he has like gang something.
I think I said that in the last episode. Oh wait, no, we might have been talking to Sam.
I think we were, and then you like automatically know like this isn't for me. Like,
Okay, I said that when we were just texting, and I also said in the last episode, like if you're posing on your Instagram with like stacks of money and like
stacks of
it's
money,
gang,
drugs.
SoundCloud link is in your bio, like I'm gonna assume we're not super compatible just based off of the guys that I have associated with that have that.
That have that exactly. And so I feel like
Unless you
with
prove me
social
wrong.
media, does it
Unless you prove me
help?
wrong.
But like, will you even give them the chance to prove you wrong? Probably not, being
If
honest.
they DM me like, hey, you're so beautiful, like just wanted to say hi, I'll respond to that. I always respond to that. I'm not gonna be weird.
I
Unless you're
probably wouldn't.
75 and like creepy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like maybe they're just trying to make their music career like take off and that's how they do it. I support that. I don't know.
That's
It's hard
true.
to tell. But I'm just talking
Yeah.
about like the people in the last episode when I said that, like I was just saying I'm not likely to date someone like that because it's never worked out in the past.
Yeah.
If you have a
Crazy.
normal Instagram,
If you have a normal
you're more
Instagram,
likely to
you're
get a response from anyone.
100%.
From anyone. Sorry about it. If you have 10K followers and your bio says gang gang with a SoundCloud link, I don't know
I'm
what crowd.
probably not going to respond.
Well, they're apparently attracting some kind of crowd, but I'm just not one of the members. Sorry. Just depends on the person. Shoot your shot if you want to anybody. If they don't shoot it back, there you
I'll
go.
make it. Sorry.
If you miss, sorry.
You hate to see it.
I feel like we're so like confusing.
So another thing, well, kind of also on the future, because we kind of like got off from that. What's like something you would like to do or accomplish within like the next 5 years and within the next 10 years?
In general or career wise or what?
I think more general. Something for yourself that you want to do. So I guess it could be career, just like a goal you have for yourself.
Honestly, like I don't know how y'all plan stuff like that. Like nothing comes to mind. Like 5 years from now I'll be 27, which is like actually makes me want to throw up. But
Wait,
yeah, sad.
that's crazy.
Yes. 10 years from now we'll be 32, so I don't even want to talk about that.
I don't know why I didn't think of these numbers when I said 5 and 10.
Yeah. So when I'm 27, it'd be cool to be settled down career-wise, like, be more, I don't know, official or like more known, like outside of one area. And obviously settle down in regards to like a significant other. But if I'm not, I don't know. Hopefully it'll come soon.
What about in 10 years?
10 years, I would hope that I'm a parent in 10 years.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Also, you know what I've been thinking about? Like, this is okay. I've been thinking about this in regards to my future. If I'm 30 and because I've said it many times, like, I hope to adopt when I'm older. But if I'm 30 and I adopt like an 8-year-old, I'm going to be 30 with an 8-year-old. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's insane. But who knows? I don't know what'll happen. There's 8, 9, 10-year-olds that need a home as well. So who knows? I could be 30 with a 10-year-old. Who knows? That'd be crazy.
Crazy.
You never know though.
You don't, which is
Depends.
wild.
I guess we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah,
what about
right?
you though? I don't really
fast forward.
I don't put a lot of please no. I don't put a lot of pressure on the future, but what do you envision?
Lately I've been trying to put less pressure on the future just because I feel like that's been helping me personally because I tend to worry a lot about everything for no reason. And shout out Mr. Lamb, but he brought up like in our tripping class yesterday, he was like, pretend there's a merchant and he sells sunglasses and umbrellas, right? And on the rainy days, he's worrying about selling sunglasses. And on the sunny days, he's worrying about selling umbrellas. So like he's always worrying about something. Like he knows the umbrellas will sell because it's raining, but he's still worrying about the sunglasses instead of just focusing his energy onto the umbrellas. Do with that analogy what you will. I thought it was pretty cool.
No, I think that makes sense.
Right?
True.
And I tend to like worry about whatever isn't going well for me at the time. So I'm trying not to just think about the future, just to eliminate that stress that I put on myself.
I think that applies to everything. Like you want what you can't have in general.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you like worry about like what isn't working and what you don't have. And
yeah. I think I need to like put my energy more into what is working so it works even more. And if what I'm worrying about isn't a problem in the moment, I think like I can tend to that at a different time. Like it doesn't need to be a problem right now. But
I
obviously,
agree.
if it's an issue, tend to it.
And like praise yourself for the progress you are making or for the things you are doing well,
For
instead of
sure.
worrying about the like bad things.
Yeah. And I
Hmm.
just think, like, personally speaking, it's been easier just because I feel like I'm figuring my life out, and that was something I was worrying about for a really long time. So I think just eliminating that stress off of me has been really helpful. But anyways, what I want to do in 5 years, I think like on a just a random set of things, obviously would like to be in a serious relationship just so like, can move forward, have kids, get married, whatever. And then I think I would also really like to travel more
You and
because
traveling, dude.
I'm the only person I know that hasn't
What?
like have you been out of the country? Yeah, you went to Mexico. I've never been out of the country. And I take that so personally.
Yeah, you're like
Like,
your feelings are hurt that you didn't go out of the country.
literally. And I'm like the only one of my friends that doesn't have a passport. So I'm doing that this year, getting a passport,
Yeah, I've
filling
been
the
telling you to get a
application.
passport. And like
Literally.
when I brought up going to Mexico, your grandma was like, "No." I was like, "Oh."
Yes. Even if we go to Mexico or Canada, like it doesn't even have to be on another continent. Like that's fine. I just want to go somewhere. We could drive to like Brazil. I don't care.
Okay, no,
I don't
thank you.
know. That was a lot. But yeah, I would really like to travel. I think especially like Europe. I want to go to Italy so bad. Um, and then in 10 years, obviously I would like to be a mom. We'll see if I'm a boy mom.
Yeah, I think you
And
will be.
you know what? If that
I
happens,
also see
I'm
myself
okay
as a
with
boy
it.
mom. Yeah, I see myself as one as well. Like I would love
I've
to have a daughter.
accepted it.
Cool.
So, if that happened. But also I was thinking too, okay, so I've been telling Mariah this. I, right now, being 22, think that guys our age are whack. I'm so sorry if you're our age, but like every guy I've come into encounter with that's 22 is leaving me disappointed. So I was thinking, okay, there's this guy on Instagram. I won't say his name in case one day we end up dating. I'm just gonna manifest
Oh
that.
my gosh.
And he's like 6 years older than me. So when I'm 30, he's gonna be like 36.
Wait, didn't you already mention him in like the last episode? Him and his brother? You literally already
Dang.
said it. Stupid.
Man.
And isn't he an F boy at 28?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. There you go. Don't
I just
manifest
am
that.
so and okay, astrology, we're talking about that again. I'm an Aries and he's a Libra. That's like written in the
Good?
stars.
Really? I
That's
think
like the ideal match
Gemini and Libras are compatible as friends too. What was a Gemini? What's like, what
as
is it?
friends.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
talking
like,
more than friends.
I'm not trying to date your Libra anyway, so it's fine. But
So my grandma has this beanbag at her house, right? And my mom randomly today was like asking my grandma what brand the beanbag is because my mom wanted to get it. And my grandma's like, hold on, let me go check it, right? So she goes upstairs to check the beanbag brand and it's Big Joe. Okay, remember that, Big Joe. And then think about it, Big Joe. And then after that, I saw that Kai Bentley uploaded a house tour, right?
and he has a
And
big
then
Joe.
he has a Big Joe.
Why were you
What
gonna give so
are the
much
odds?
more story than that?
Oh, wait, what are the odds?
Maybe the odds are quite high. Is that a popular beanbag brand?
I've never heard of Big Joe until this morning, and
I've
then at
never heard
1
of.
p.m.
Yeah, that is crazy. I've never heard of any beanbag brand though. But yeah, that's weird that he has
Except
it
for
too.
like those like fancy ones that like the Ace family has, those hella big ones that are furry. Like David has. That's the only beanbag that I've seen that isn't like a random ass. And he uploaded it today, specified Big Joe. What? It's like fate or something. And then
Okay.
another thing. So my friends, especially in high school, I think more so, would call me out for drinking a drink, especially like boba when I didn't really drink boba that much, or like eating something and I'd be like tasting it. Do you do that?
Not as dramatic as that.
Interesting. But yeah, I saw one of Kai's videos and he like does that too. I
Do
was
you
like,
think you're like meant to be because you drink drinks similarly and you both have bean bags?
yeah.
Cool. He's also 28 and an F-boy and brags about how he keeps disposable toothbrushes at his apartment for girls to use when they come in and out.
It's funny how you hold on to like the negative things about people that I talk about, and I totally forget about them because like I decided that they're perfect.
What does that say about us? So you put people on a pedestal and I remember the ugly.
Yes.
Toxic. I like to say I'm very realistic.
And I'm not whatsoever.
I think like a guy could be, and I'm thinking about someone in particular, like a guy could be very dismissive to you, but like you only remember the laughs and like the funny parts or whatever you do like about him and ignore like the rude parts.
Yes.
And I think it only takes one time and I'll like be like, okay, bye, like over it. But like that also isn't good because people
I think I can be like that too though.
I think it depends on the person. If they're already placed on the pedestal, it's really hard for you to take them off.
But if I already said they are getting nowhere near the pedestal, then I will take any reason to really not give them the pedestal.
Yikes. I don't think that's good.
Yeah, both are toxic.
Shoot. Sorry, guys. If you're nice, as long as you're nice, then we're fine.
Yeah.
If you're annoying, then I'm not going to care.
That's on period.
Anyway.
So I know we already talked about the future. So I wanted to bring it back to the past.
Oh,
you like what I did there? Past, present, and future. Title of this episode. That's a good one. Thank
Proud of you.
I really thought about it.
Yeah.
So I want both of us to pick our favorite childhood memory together and see if we pick the same one.
Oh my! I can't
give you some time to think about it.
I can't think of one. I cannot think of
one general thing.
You're just gonna say Mimi's Cafe.
Oh, I wasn't, but I did like Mimi's Cafe.
I wasn't gonna say our parents used to wake us up super early and like in our PJs take us to Mimi's Cafe and like surprise us, and all the girls would be there and like Sam, Mia, everyone, and we'd have breakfast together, and it was
so cute. Like at the time, I don't think we realized how cute it was. But obviously now that we're older and like looking at photos, it's like, oh my God, we were like 5. That's so cute.
We'll do it for our kids.
Oh, 100%.
That'll be so cute. Anyway, I can't think of a memory other than that. Like, what did we do?
What? Anytime in our childhood? Okay, so mine is
McDonald's?
No. I mean, I guess McDonald's is included in mine.
That was a staple part of our childhood.
Yeah, me, Mariah, and my grandma in McDonald's, period. But we used to have, so me and Mariah would do musicals when we were little together, and like obviously all of our friends and like Mariah's mom ran them, so like we definitely literally thought we owned the place.
Yeah, we did.
That's my best friend's mom. We did it every single time too. So we were like veterans.
Yeah, I feel like we were just like such dramatic little girls. Yeah. And like we were like so proud of our squad. Like no one could touch us.
No, literally. And I think like the length of our friendship too gave us so much confidence because like we were literally raised practically as sisters.
Yeah. I mean, we're together like every day.
Literally. But I was going to say like we used to have dress up days at the musicals, and there was always like a twin day, and me and Mariah would wait until the day before twin day, and it was like nighttime too because we would go after camp, so it's like 4 or 5 p.m. whatever, and we would make my grandma drive all around town to get us the perfect twin day outfit.
I feel so bad for that.
Like it's so funny now, and I'm so grateful that she did that because like obviously we have these memories.
We would make her take us to the dollar store, and then like we had to go to Old Navy or like Justice, so like that's a trip to the mall, and then like we couldn't find what we needed there, she needed to take us to Walmart, and it's just like ridiculous. And then we would win every year, every show, and we were so proud of it. But like what a waste.
We held on to that.
What a waste of time for her. But like I'm so grateful that she did that because that's like I agree, that's probably my fave thing.
And we would always have a sleepover the day before Twin Day, and then we would roll up to camp together and walk out of the car so proud.
Dude, I would insert a picture in the YouTube vid, but I'm a
Please
little
do.
embarrassed.
No, it's so cute. And like we were probably what, like 9? Maybe
It,
older.
we did it every year, so like up until we
Yeah.
were 12
So funny. But
or
yeah, that's like
13.
my favorite ongoing memory. Like happened multiple times. I just think it's so funny how we were so into it, and like we would always
Nobody else
start.
was as into it as we were. We went full out. Like
Sam
we
and
could have,
Tatum. Sam and Tatum.
yes, and we would win. But I think
Yeah, but
I
it was
think they
always a
understood.
competition between us 4.
Yeah, and I think they like understood that like we had no shame. We would go full out no matter what. So they started just doing twin, and we were wacky tacky twins. It was wacky tacky twin day. Thank you very much.
We killed that. I won't
We're the
lie. We
reigning
killed that.
champs.
We really did.
We won that like pack of Starburst every time, whatever the
Oh my
prize was. Like y'all couldn't tell us nothing. And no, we're not sharing our Mike and Ike's. You should have tried harder.
No. Yeah.
Better
What?
luck next summer. Sorry.
But that's my favorite. Like just those memories. And it was always this, we would always go to the Fallbrook Mall, always go through every store there. Like it was just such an iconic thing, and like we looked forward to it every time, and it's like, what are we gonna do this year? So yeah, that's my personal fave.
I agree with that. That's cute.
And 2, me and Mariah, we would like have sleepovers all the time.
Like every weekend.
Literally. Like
Yeah.
it was such a like often occurrence. She's literally like so comfortable with my family. It's so funny. Like we're
I'm
basically
like
in each
too
other's
comfortable.
families.
Yeah.
Or like I
Whatever.
remember when we were little, your family took me with you guys to Universal. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember
wait,
that?
why do you freak out every time I don't remember something?
Because you
like,
remember everything. I'm usually
now,
the one
but
that
not-
doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I do remember the 4D Shrek experience. Was that the same time?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And the
go on.
haunted house.
I don't remember that. I only remember Shrek because I love Shrek.
I remember I wanted to be cool, and so I went with your dad and your brothers in the haunted house.
But I didn't want to go.
Yeah, you stayed with your mom, but I was like, I can handle it. And I don't know how old we were, probably like 6, maybe. Your dad literally had to like carry me through the whole thing because I was like, I'm so scared.
That is so funny.
And
I wonder if he
was,
remembers
like, in your
that.
dad's shoulder like this. Like, and then someone that worked there was like, sir, you can't hold your kid. Like she has to walk.
Why? She's terrified.
And holding your dad's hand. And I was so terrified. It was so
That is
scary.
so funny. I'm gonna ask him if he remembers that.
He has to. That's like one of the earliest memories of my childhood.
Why weren't you allowed to be carried? Like you're a little girl.
I'm a little kid. I don't know how old I was.
Whatever, old enough to be carried.
Yeah. But also your dad could carry a lot of things, so I don't know how big I was.
Okay, but like even if you were 10 and he was carrying you, like you're a scared child.
Oh my god.
Like,
But it was
we have to have
funny.
been little because I barely remember that.
Probably like 5 or 6. That's my final answer.
Around there. But I remember the Shrek experience, like when Donkey sneezes and the water squirts at you. Oh my gosh. I remember.
I think it was this time, but you remember how they have like the German pigs on the outside?
I don't remember anything other than the Shrek experience.
It was the Shrek experience.
Okay. I only remember Donkey sneezing. And the Shrek is like, Donkey! Donkey!
That was fun. I think they changed it now to Kung Fu Panda. Whack.
Oh, that's sad. Sorry, kids.
Sorry, kids, you're gonna experience.
You know what's funny? Like, right before you said that, I was thinking of, you had the Noodle Dream poll, and then you said that. That's crazy.
Whoa, telepathy. I miss being a kid.
I don't.
Why?
Because
I like the freedom that we have now, though. Like, you
yeah,
make your
if
own
I was
schedule,
a
you do
kid
what you
again,
want.
if I was a kid again, I'd have to go through like high school, middle school, like all over again. And I went through that once.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be like,
21.
Yeah, I was gonna say 21 forever. Like Forever 21, they got it right. They know.
If I had to like change my age, it'd be 21.
I think that's like the best age.
Yeah, but I wouldn't change anything else
Coming
about
from
my
a
life.
22-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, if y'all
I'm
aren't
like,
21 yet, just you wait. If you do it right, it's gonna be legendary.
so yeah, like I said, I wanted to do past, present, and future. So we've touched all three, but I think we could talk a little bit more about like the present
Oh
and maybe
gosh.
like plans that we have for like this year or like the vibes, like set the tone. Because I don't know about LA, but we're supposed to be opening up next Friday. I think LA is included in that.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I guess we'll see when they announce it. I feel like we've talked about what we do when we get out of quarantine, but like I just want to like
That's
go on
true.
go on mini trips and stuff. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because like I had such like big plans. Like we were supposed to go to Hawaii for 4th of July and like all this. Like we were supposed to go to Hawaii in a month.
I would love to be in Hawaii right now.
But Hawaii's like super strict on like tourists right now. But that would just be
Yeah.
so fun. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know like what we'll be doing, but I just want like to hang and like the vibes
Mhm.
to be good.
I
Ugh.
agree. I was talking to my therapist about like dance and guard and like how all these like extracurricular activities I really like identified with growing up. Like even with musicals, like since what, like 4 or 5, like have been doing this until like high school. And I was gonna ask you, do you feel like teaching, or I don't know if like it was, I'm sure it was a big part of your life, but I don't know how it was for you, like in a mental state, because I feel like that in general for me was just very therapeutic and just like a part of my identity. So I was gonna ask you if teaching gives you that same fulfillment, or if there's like anything that is missing that like you had from like all these years growing up performing and stuff.
I think that growing up, my passion wasn't for performing, but like it was a fun thing to do with my friends. As an adult, like as I went through high school and stuff, I realized like my passion was more in leadership and working with kids, and so that's how I realized like I'm more passionate about teaching. I would much rather choreograph for something than be the one like performing in the showcase or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think also like I don't know, growing up like obviously you compare yourself to others, so I think I was insecure about like I started dance late and I felt like I wasn't at the same level, so I worked really hard to advance quickly, which I'm happy that I did, and then I think that helped me understand that like I actually would rather be like the one leading this class versus like trying so hard to be the best in it, even though like that was never the pressure. That pressure was put on myself. I didn't like my teachers didn't make me be the best or anything, like, or didn't tell me I had to be, like I never was. But yeah, I think I feel the fulfillment in teaching, and like I don't feel like there's anything absent.
I also like put that pressure on myself, like I have to be the best in like everything. And I think that like started coming up more as I got older. Like,
Yeah.
because when you like are getting older, you're like 13, 14, I feel like that's when you really start comparing yourself to everybody. I feel like when I was younger, I would compare myself, but it was never in like a making myself insecure mentality. It was just like, oh, I really like how she does this. I want to try and do that too. Never like, ugh, why is she better than me? Like now I have to work
Oh
12 times harder.
yeah, I feel like for me, I'm not a super competitive person, but I would just compare myself like not like I wouldn't compare myself like, oh, I want to be better than her. I'd just compare myself like, oh, like am I good enough? So I think with
Interesting.
that, my like I don't have that mindset now. Like I'm not going to be the best choreographer at every, wherever I am. Like there's just no way. So I think with those lessons that I've like come to understand and learn, I try to implement that in my teaching. Like I just tell my kids like obviously try your best, and I can tell
Mm-hmm.
when you're not trying your best, and I can
Yeah.
tell, and I'm very I like if they're listening, like I definitely know like I'm the teacher that gives you the tough love. I'm the teacher that like will not like sugarcoat things. Like I'm not gonna just like, I don't know, everybody has a different approach. I'm definitely like stricter with them, which I also like try to be fun, of course. But yeah, I feel like with them, like it's important for them to understand like you don't have to be the best one in the class, but like you should do your best. And I can
Mm-hmm.
tell when you're BSing it and like not trying, and I'll call you out on that too,
I
because
think
and
that's really good.
yeah, and I think growing up, I don't think I was pushed as much as I wish I had been. but also I was so sensitive that I think if I was pushed harder, I would probably like get in my feelings about that too. So I don't know if there was like a right. I think I just wish I started earlier, but like everybody finds their passions when they're meant to, so it's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, I think like I had the same mentality, but I was super competitive. And I think I'm still like competitive with everything. Like I always want to be the best or what at whatever I'm doing. So I
Interesting.
think like for me, I did get in my feelings a lot, like especially probably like sophomore year, because that's like when I made like the varsity team at our school. And so I was just like trying so hard. And like I remember crying all the time. Like as soon as I got in the car, my mom picked me up, I would just start bawling, crying. I feel like that didn't like stop until I was like a senior. But I can definitely see like how being competitive. But I think too, when you like get insecure about it, if you let yourself, it's very easy to get emotional too and like will tear down at your self-esteem. But I just liked that like being in guard or dancing at school, it gave me a lot of confidence too. Like even though I was so
Oh yeah.
competitive and like worried about myself, it like especially in high school, I feel like it just gave me something to identify with and like I was a part of something and like could
Yeah, when
confidently walk around and like everyone at school has seen me dance, you know? So
yeah.
it's like
I
a
think
cool feeling.
yeah, I agree. And like also when you're doing something you love doing, like I loved dancing and if you do something you're passionate about, you obviously feel good about it and you feel good about yourself. So I think that with that comes confidence.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think like being around your people obviously makes you
Yes.
feel good about yourself. Like I found some of my best lifelong friends like through dance team at school and like in high school, and being a part of that like team helped me realize that I loved leadership so much, and like being given the opportunity to like be a captain like just made me understand like what I actually wanted to be doing.
Mhm.
So it's nice to have learned those lessons. And even if you don't like pursue guard or dance outside of high school, like there are so many life lessons that you learn and like
Yeah.
are able to apply in the future, especially because like we're both leaders on our teams. Like leadership skills, that's probably like one of the most helpful tools like when you're in the, pursuing whatever career you do pursue or just in general.
Yeah. For sure.
Swag. If you're listening to this and you're about to enter high school, I encourage you to pursue something or join or be a part of something or find your people in some way, because I wouldn't have found my best like closest high school friends if I didn't join dance team.
100%. Like all of my friends are either from guard or were in dance.
Yeah.
So it's like
So your people might be in chess club, guys. You don't know until
and
you
you're
try.
not, and so you need to go find them.
Yeah.
And I
Shoot.
think too, like whoever's listening, if there's ever something that like you want me and Mariah to touch base on, we are always open to recommendations.
Oh, we would love that.
Like
Because
my the question for my friend Yaz, I still think is such a good question. Like the craziest DM. That was a perfect question.
that
Like
was
I
so
would love to
funny.
tell you about it.
Yeah, especially with experiences with guys, it's so funny to talk about.
Yeah.
And we don't know what we're talking about next Monday. So if you have something to suggest, let
Let
us
us
know.
know. We're open.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. And please subscribe and rate us. And we'll catch you guys next Monday for Mariah and Mia Mondays. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, guys.